Campaigners in Lincolnshire say that they're stepping up pressure on the government to award a campaign medal to RAF veterans who flew from air bases in the county. Almost 58,000 members of Bomber Command lost their lives in World War II. Some have described the clasp which was given to the veterans as an insult. The pacifist groups say it would be wrong to dedicate a medal to former bomber crew because many German civilians were killed in the raids. More on this one from our political editor, Tim Iredale.
On a chilly spring day last month, veterans from around the world gathered for the opening of the International Bomber Command Centre in Lincoln. Here, future generations will learn about the daring missions flown over Nazi Germany and the sacrifices made by those who served. Many argue members of Bomber Command have never fully received the recognition they deserve in the form of a campaign medal. 5 years ago, then Prime Minister David Cameron awarded a clasp to surviving veterans of Bomber Command. But some have described that as an insult, including Britain's last surviving dam buster.
I know this clasp has been issued, a little coppery thing which is fits onto the existing 1939-45 star. To me, that is an insult to those nearly 58,000 whose names are on those walls. Mine's still in the box and there it will stay until we get a Bomber Command medal.
Taking up the campaign on behalf of Johnny Johnson and others is Heather Alsworth, who started a petition calling on the government to award a dedicated campaign medal to Bomber Command veterans.
54 countries came together to serve under Bomber Command. There are countries such as France, the Netherlands, who are giving our veterans medals for their service. I think it's time that our government did the same.
Bomber Command's place in history remains the subject of much debate. Pacifist groups argue that civilian deaths in German cities such as Dresden should be taken into account.
The core activity of Bomber Command was the mass bombing of German civilians, and to award a medal isn't just to recognise that members of Bomber Command suffered, it would implicitly suggest that that activity was okay, that it's something we feel comfortable with.
On his recent visit to Lincolnshire, we tried to ask the Defence Secretary about the Bomber Command medal campaign, but he didn't seem keen to talk about it.
I'm sorry, we're not going to answer those kind of questions today.
A new medal has to be recommended by the Honours and Decorations Committee. Many believe it would be a fitting tribute for the few surviving Bomber Command veterans and the comrades they lost. Tim Iredale, BBC Look North, Lincoln.